No, it's not lemon water. No, it's not apple cider vinegar. And yet this one ordinary kitchen staple, when consumed consistently in the morning, is helping older adults melt belly fat, lower cravings, and supercharge digestion. The secret? It's not about calories. It's about what this drink does to your hormones, metabolism, and gut bacteria before breakfast. Let's break the myth of spot reduction and reveal the real trick hiding in plain sight. Let's start by clearing up a dangerous myth. Belly fat, especially after 50, isn't just about eating too much or moving too little. That might have been part of the story when you were younger, but as we age, our bodies start playing by a completely different rule book. The truth is, after 50, your midsection becomes a magnet for fat, not because you've done something wrong, but because of how your hormones, metabolism, and inflammation start to shift. You could be eating the same meals you always did, staying active, and still find your belly getting softer and rounder. That's not a failure of willpower. That's biology. Here's what happens. As we age, cortisol, the stress hormone, tends to rise. And when cortisol rises, fat storage gets redirected right to the abdomen. Insulin, the hormone that controls blood sugar, becomes less effective. So even a small carb-heavy breakfast can lead to spikes in blood sugar, which your body often stores as fat. And then there's inflammation, the silent culprit. Low-grade inflammation builds quietly over time and slows down your metabolism, making it harder and harder to burn fat the way you used to. This is why so many people in their 50s and 60s say, "I'm doing everything right, but nothing's working anymore." The game has changed. And now, it requires a new kind of strategy. That's where this simple kitchen drink comes in. It's not a fad. It's not a celebrity-endorsed detox. It's a natural compound you probably already have in your home. And it's quietly gaining attention among health professionals for good reason. What makes it special isn't magic. It's how it addresses the very changes that make belly fat so stubborn with age. When consumed first thing in the morning, this drink gently lowers blood sugar spikes, helping your body avoid that storage mode so many fall into before breakfast. It also supports the friendly gut bacteria that regulate how we process food, control cravings, and influence how efficiently we burn calories. And perhaps most importantly, it helps calm inflammation, giving your metabolism the space it needs to function more like it did decades ago. Now, the timing of this drink matters. When you drink it on an empty stomach, right after waking, it enters a special window known as the metabolic priming window. This is a short period where your body is highly responsive to what you consume. What you choose in that window sets the tone for the rest of the day. A sugary coffee might spike insulin. A heavy breakfast might weigh you down. But this simple drink? It sets the stage for a more balanced, fat-burning metabolism, starting from the moment you take your first sip. In a recent clinical study published in the Journal of Functional Foods, older adults who consumed this natural compound daily before breakfast saw visible changes. Waistlines shrank, blood sugar stabilized, and even without a new workout plan, their bodies began responding in a whole new way. So, what is this drink? What makes it so effective, and why haven't more people heard about it? You might be surprised to learn. It's been in your kitchen this entire time. It's warm, aromatic, and likely sitting quietly in your spice rack right now. You've used it in oatmeal, baking, maybe a warm cup of tea. But what if I told you this common kitchen staple, when taken in just the right way, has been shown to help shrink belly fat, lower blood sugar, and calm inflammation, especially in people over 50? We're talking about Ceylon cinnamon. This isn't about flavor, it's about function. Inside this simple spice is a powerful compound called cinnamaldehyde, and it's what gives cinnamon its fat-burning reputation. Scientists have found that cinnamaldehyde helps activate certain thermogenic processes in the body. Basically, it gently raises your internal temperature, encouraging your body to burn more calories, especially from stored fat. But that's just the beginning. Cinnamon also plays a direct role in stabilizing blood sugar, which is one of the most important things you can do to reduce belly fat, particularly the kind that creeps up with age. As we grow older, our cells become less responsive to insulin. That means more sugar lingers in the bloodstream after meals, triggering fat storage, usually right around the waistline. Cinnamon helps restore that balance. It slows the rate at which carbohydrates are broken down into sugar. It improves your cell's ability to absorb glucose. And that means fewer spikes, fewer crashes, and fewer cravings that derail your day. For seniors, that's a huge win, because when your blood sugar stays steady, your energy stays stable too, and your metabolism isn't swinging wildly between fat storage and fatigue. It stays in a gentle, consistent burn. But cinnamon's benefits don't stop with blood sugar. This spice is also a powerful anti-inflammatory. Chronic inflammation is a sneaky culprit behind weight gain, bloating, and slowed metabolism. It clogs up your cellular machinery and makes it harder for your body to break down fat. The antioxidants in cinnamon, especially polyphenols, help reduce this low-grade inflammation, allowing your body to function more like it did decades ago. And then there's digestion. Cinnamon has been used for centuries to soothe the digestive tract. For older adults, that means fewer issues with gas, bloating, or irregularity. It also supports the growth of healthy gut bacteria, the very bacteria that influence your weight, mood, and immune system. Taken first thing in the morning, before food, cinnamon acts like a metabolic primer. It gently wakes up your system, telling your body to balance blood sugar, calm inflammation, and prepare for efficient digestion. It's a simple step, but the compounding benefits, day after day, can be remarkable. Now, not all cinnamon is created equal. There's one type in particular that delivers the benefits without the risks, and there's a specific way to take it to get the maximum fat-burning effect without overwhelming your stomach or ruining your morning routine. In the next section, we'll break down exactly how to use cinnamon as your morning belly fat booster. You'll learn how much to take, what type to choose, how to combine it with your first drink of the day, and how to turn this into a habit that sticks. If you want cinnamon to actually make a difference, how you take it matters just as much as taking it at all. This isn't about sprinkling a little on your toast or adding a dash to a cookie recipe. To get real, measurable benefits, especially for belly fat, blood sugar, and inflammation, you need to treat cinnamon as a functional ingredient, not just a spice. It starts with the type of cinnamon you choose. There are two main types commonly found in grocery stores: cassia cinnamon and Ceylon cinnamon. Cassia is cheaper and more widely available, but it contains higher levels of a compound called coumarin, which in large amounts can be harsh on the liver. For occasional use, it's fine. But if you're planning to take cinnamon daily, especially over months, Ceylon cinnamon is the safer and more effective choice. It's sometimes labeled as true cinnamon, and while it might cost a little more, the health benefits far outweigh the price difference. Now let's talk about timing. The best time to take cinnamon for fat burning and blood sugar control is first thing in the morning, before breakfast. This is when your body is most sensitive to nutrients, and when blood sugar and insulin are at their most flexible. Taking cinnamon in this window helps blunt the blood sugar spike that usually follows your first meal. That one spike, often triggered by even a healthy breakfast like toast or oatmeal, can set off a cascade of cravings and fat storage for the rest of the day. Cinnamon helps flatten that curve and keep your metabolism running smoother. So how do you actually take it? The simplest and most effective way is to add half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to warm water. Stir it well and sip slowly on an empty stomach. Some people add a squeeze of lemon or a teaspoon of raw honey for taste, which is fine. But make sure the water is warm, not hot. Too much heat can damage some of the beneficial compounds in the cinnamon. If the taste of cinnamon water isn't your thing, You can mix it into a morning smoothie or sprinkle it into unsweetened Greek yogurt. Just avoid pairing it with sugary or heavily processed foods, which would cancel out many of its benefits. There's also the supplement route. Ceylon cinnamon capsules, standardized for cinnamaldehyde. These are especially helpful if you have digestive sensitivity or simply don't enjoy the taste. But make sure you choose a brand that is third-party tested, with clear labeling and no unnecessary fillers. It's important to start small. Begin with 1/4 to 1/2 a teaspoon per day and build up to a full teaspoon over a couple of weeks if needed. More is not better here. Cinnamon is powerful, but it works best in consistent, moderate amounts. And one more thing. If you're taking medication for blood sugar or blood pressure, check with your doctor before starting a daily cinnamon routine. Cinnamon can enhance the effects of those drugs, which is usually a good thing, but it's better to be safe and informed. Now that you know how to take it, the next question is, how soon can you expect to see results? That depends on a few things, like what you're eating the rest of the day, your activity levels, and how consistent you are with your routine. But many seniors report reduced cravings, a flatter stomach, and better digestion in just a few weeks. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into what to expect when you start using cinnamon daily. We'll cover the signs that it's working, what to watch out for, and how to stack this habit with other small changes that can accelerate your results without changing your whole lifestyle. So, what actually happens when you start using cinnamon every day? Let's begin with what you won't notice, at least not right away. You won't wake up 2 pounds lighter overnight. You won't suddenly feel like you're 20 again. But within a matter of days, small changes begin to take shape under the surface. And if you stay consistent, those changes add up fast. The first thing most people notice is a calmer appetite. That mid-morning craving for something sweet or starchy. It starts to fade. Instead of feeling pulled toward snacks or extra helpings, you feel more satisfied with less. That's not your imagination. It's your blood sugar leveling out, reducing the roller coaster that usually drives hunger spikes. Cinnamon helps flatten that curve, which means you're not crashing 2 hours after breakfast or reaching for quick energy in the afternoon. The second sign is better digestion. You may feel less bloated, less gassy, and a little lighter throughout the day. Cinnamon stimulates digestive enzymes, helping your body break down food more efficiently, especially carbs. That means less fermentation in the gut, fewer digestive hiccups, and better nutrient absorption overall. For seniors, that's a huge benefit, because even with a good diet, if your digestion is sluggish, your body may not be getting the fuel it needs. Around the 2-week mark, many people start to see a difference in their belly area. Clothes fit a little better. The waistband feels less snug. You may not have dropped 5 pounds on the scale, but you feel it in your midsection. And that matters. It's a sign that inflammation is coming down, water retention is decreasing, and your body is using energy more efficiently. Behind the scenes, cinnamon is also helping regulate something called insulin sensitivity. It's one of the key factors that determine how your body stores or burns fat. When your cells become more sensitive to insulin, your body gets better at handling sugar. That means less of it gets turned into fat, especially in the belly, and more of it gets used as energy. For those monitoring blood sugar or managing prediabetes, this is especially valuable. Several clinical studies have shown that regular cinnamon intake can lead to lower fasting blood glucose levels and reduced A1C over time. It's not a replacement for medication, but it's a gentle, natural support system, one that comes from your own kitchen. There are also energy benefits. Balanced blood sugar means steadier energy throughout the day. You may find yourself less fatigued in the afternoons, less dependent on caffeine or naps, and more likely to stay active without feeling drained. And finally, one of the most important long-term benefits: lower inflammation. Chronic inflammation is linked to nearly every major disease associated with aging, from heart disease and arthritis to cognitive decline and weight gain. Cinnamon contains powerful antioxidants like polyphenols, which help neutralize that inflammation at the cellular level. Over time, this can lead to a stronger immune system, improved mobility, and even better brain function. Now, you might be wondering, how will I know for sure it's working? The answer is in the patterns. When you start waking up feeling less bloated, when you realize your pants fit better, when your afternoon cravings fade and your energy stays more stable, when your digestion just works better. That's your body telling you it's responding. And the key is not perfection, it's consistency. Day by day, your body adapts. And what once felt like a small morning habit becomes a foundational part of your well-being. In the next section, we'll explore how to stack this cinnamon habit with other easy, senior-friendly morning practices that multiply its effects. Because sometimes just one or two smart changes, done together, can unlock a level of health you thought was long behind you. Cinnamon is powerful on its own. But when you pair it with just a few simple morning habits, the results can multiply. This isn't about overhauling your life or doing an hour-long workout before sunrise. It's about building a short, sustainable routine that speaks directly to your body's needs after 50. It all starts with what you do within the first hour of waking up. This is the most overlooked window for fat loss, especially among older adults. Why? Because during this time your metabolism is waking up, your hormones are adjusting, and your body is deciding whether to store energy or burn it. If you use this window wisely, you can tilt your entire day toward fat burning and energy balance, without needing to count calories or follow a restrictive diet. After waking, the first thing your body needs is hydration, but not just plain water. Warm water with cinnamon is already setting the stage by helping balance blood sugar and reduce cravings. To give this habit even more of a metabolic edge, consider squeezing in a bit of lemon juice or sipping it slowly while moving gently, just walking around the house, stretching, or standing in the sunlight for a few minutes. Light movement helps activate your muscles, which signals your body to start burning stored energy. Sunlight helps reset your circadian rhythm, which improves sleep, hormones, and even appetite control later in the day. Next comes your first meal, and this is critical. Many people make the mistake of skipping breakfast or going for something quick and sugary, but after 50, your body doesn't recover from poor breakfast choices the way it used to. What you eat in that first meal either supports your goals or makes belly fat harder to lose. The best choice is a breakfast rich in protein, healthy fat, and fiber, something like eggs with avocado and a small bowl of berries, or Greek yogurt with a spoonful of chia seeds. Even a smoothie with greens, protein powder, and cinnamon works beautifully. The point isn't perfection. It's giving your body a stable, satisfying fuel source that doesn't spike your blood sugar or leave you starving by mid-morning. If you're someone who enjoys coffee, don't worry. It can still be part of your routine. Just avoid loading it with sugar or flavored creamers. And if you're already sipping cinnamon in the morning, you can even stir a little into your coffee. It adds warmth and sweetness without calories, and it keeps that blood sugar benefit going a little longer. Now here's where momentum kicks in. Once you've hydrated, moved a little, had a stabilizing breakfast, and used cinnamon to prime your metabolism, your body enters a much more favorable state for the rest of the day. You're less likely to crash, snack, or feel foggy. You're more likely to move your body naturally, whether that's a short walk, a bit of stretching, or just staying active around the house. And this momentum builds. When seniors stack just 2 or 3 of these habits, hydration, cinnamon, light movement, and a solid breakfast, their metabolism begins to shift, their energy picks up, their digestion improves, and slowly, the belly fat that felt stuck for years begins to soften, then shrink. Not because of a miracle cure, but because the body was finally getting what it needed, at the right time, in the right way. In the final section, we'll bring everything together. We'll show how to turn this simple morning ritual into a long-term strategy. You'll learn how to stay consistent, what to expect month to month, and how to create a lifestyle where belly fat no longer controls your confidence, your clothes, or your quality of life. By now, you've learned what cinnamon can do. You've seen how it balances blood sugar, curbs cravings, supports digestion, and slowly chips away at stubborn belly fat, especially the kind that sneaks up as we age. But here's the truth. None of that matters if you don't make it stick. The real secret isn't in the cinnamon. It's in the consistency. Think about how many things in your life changed slowly, over time. Belly fat didn't appear overnight. Your energy didn't fade in a single day. And that's why the solution doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be dependable. That's the beauty of this ritual. It's small enough to do every day, no matter how busy or tired you feel. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a new gym membership. You just need a few minutes, a glass of warm water, and a pinch of cinnamon. But what happens when life gets busy, when routines fall apart, when motivation dips? That's when you remind yourself, this isn't just about looking better in your clothes. It's about waking up with more energy. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. It's about keeping your independence, your mobility, your confidence. Every morning you show up for this habit, you're telling your body, I care, I'm not giving up. That message matters. You may not see a huge shift in the mirror after a week, but one day, you'll catch yourself in a moment, walking up the stairs without feeling winded, putting on your favorite pants and noticing they fit just right, skipping the snack you used to crave. And that's when you'll realize it's working. This cinnamon ritual is more than a drink. It's a signal, a decision, a quiet act of taking back control. You're not chasing a quick fix. You're building something deeper, a metabolism that works with you, a body that responds to the care you give it, a lifestyle that honors your health without extremes or restrictions. And the best part? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. So tomorrow morning, before the noise of the day begins, take that moment. Warm your water. Add your cinnamon. Sip slowly. Breathe deeply. And know that you're doing something powerful, not just for your belly, but for your future. Because small habits shape big outcomes. And this one? It might just be the quiet shift that changes everything.